Good morning. I wasn't going to do a video about this. I found this too ridiculous to even fathom. But this is how dumbed down society is today, so let's get to it. So AOC had a rally, I think, for Bernie Sanders. Some girl popped up talking about we need to eat babies. She had a jacket, I think, that said eat babies. Then she took it off and she had a shirt that had it on there too, which that alone too organized. So the bitch is talking all ranting and raving about we need to eat babies, and just a bunch of crazy bullshit. And in the video, you can see AOC take the mic and slowly put it behind her back, and she's like this. You know what I mean? She's totally like, okay. And I think they had her moved off or something like that. So it come to find out that this was some lunatic nut. So somebody who was a nut that the right wing paid off to go in there and do this for. Let me start off by saying the right wing is not the party for regular average people. I'm an average person, or I'm not an average person because I'm living in a society that doesn't allow for it. Like, if you're not paying attention, you're being deceived in American society, period. You can't trust a society in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not a regular person, but I'm an average person. I'm living average man's life. So when I see stuff like that, or I see Kanye West screaming in the Oval Office, talking about how he feels like slavery was a choice, which is basically he's telling you he thinks that cooning is some kind of new age thing, and it's not. Like, he thinks, Kanye West, I guess, was saying that he thinks that the way to be different is to be a coon, is to be a sellout. That's his way of being different, is I'm gonna sell out, right? Does it make sense? So, this woman that jumps up screaming, like Kanye West, I have to start off by saying, first of all, mental health check. Now, the right wing used her. And they actually had these two right wingers came out and admitted it. They admitted that they used her and they played a prank on AOC. That's what I love about Trump and the rest of these bastards, is that they are such dastardly assholes. They'll do that. Like, they could honestly do a lot more damage, but because they are just so goddamn dastardly and wicked, they kind of get off on they get off on that. They get off on embarrassing their enemies and using mentally ill people to push a message. This is the right wing today. This is it. This is your right wing. This is your GOP. This is it. Leaking the information of people that oppose their wars, whether it be Valerie Plum, whether it be people Trump has done that to, this whistleblower probably has to jump on her. It's all the same. It's all the same. You're either with them or you're against them. There is no Obama. I understand he said something in the beginning. He told all his attorneys. He said, you represent the United States, and Trump, he used them to protect him. Yeah, evidently the president believes that the job of the attorney general is to be his personal attorney. That's what I see right now, and it's kind of nice to see him going into odds with Giuliani and all the inner fighting. It is. They're all bastards. Giuliani, Pompeo, Bolton. They all are and were. And I want to say that because by the time I get this video out, Bolton may be gone. Bolton may be back. Pompeo may be gone. Who knows? No one really talks about that anymore. Just how outrageous that is. That every week it's a new shakeup. Like there is no body that stayed in the White House for more than no one stays. These are like temp positions. Like when I worked for Innovative, I was delivering the drugs back and forth. It was a temp job because nobody wants to do that. You know, temp work. Yep. You know, you do something else. Maybe you'll come back eventually, but no one stays there. No one stays there. Moving on. It came out like a week ago that it was a setup by the right wing. And Alex Jones is still running it like, is she a right wing prankster? I guess a joke. I don't find this funny. And I always go back to this is the GOP. Rigging elections. They got guys running their open out and out pedophiles. I'm talking about Roy Moore. I'm talking about that guy Larson in Virginia. This is your GOP. They talk about Obama. All they could get on Obama was maybe he used to go to gay bachelor houses. Maybe he had a gay boyfriend. Maybe he knew Saul. That's all they had, man. That's all they had. And all that stuff, like the Saul, the stuff he had, I think he did back in the day. Let me tell you something. As a black man, I don't see how, if you're a black man and you didn't read that stuff growing up, I would wonder if you were just completely asleep. When you're black, or you face repression, you don't really have no sense of trying to play the game because the game is trying to screw you. That's the way it works. That's the way it was back then. So no, yeah, I'm reading about Soul on Ice and Eldridge Cleaver and Fred Hampton, yeah, because you bastards are showing me how you feel about me. Why am I gonna keep licking something that's electrified? Why am I gonna keep touching something that's got poison on it? You know what I mean? Why am I going to keep jumping in frozen water? Do you know why Alex Jones does that? Do you know why the right wing does that? Why they say, is this lady a prankster or is she a right? You know why? Because they can't allow people to really sit down and think about the fact that this is the GOP. You had Rush Limbaugh come out and admit they're not physical conservatives no more. So what are they? They're fascists. This is the very extreme Christian extremist fringe. This is like the people at Waco of Ruby Ridge are in the White House now. This is it. This is your extreme fringe, you know. And they can't allow you to really sit down and think about that. That these mass shooters, that's a part of his base. Yeah, that's an extreme part, but it's still a part of his base. So he has to always have people who are kind of crazy. Trump will always have extremists around because he has to. Because being an extremist doesn't really require logic. That's something I learned. They don't want logical people as suicide bombers. They don't. They want people who will go out and do these things and do or die. You know, they want that. But it came out this lady was a fake. And he's still talking about it. It just shows you how desperate they are and how nasty they really can be. That's wrong. That's wrong. You don't use mentally ill people to present a message. And the girl may be mentally ill. Do you know why AOC put the mic behind her back and done that? That was probably a signal. That's probably a signal to her security that, okay, we're not, you know, she was doing that. And if you watched it, I think she kind of backed up a little bit and put the mic behind, and she was nodding. And I've just seen a bunch of conservatives, well, she's nodding because she agreed with it. You know why she nodded? You know why she nodded? And this always goes back to how conservatives bury the lead. They don't want you thinking about the fact that we're facing a mass shooter every day. What conservatives do is they want to focus on just Trump and things like that. They don't want to focus on the fact that we're living in a war zone. We're already there. First of all, AOC's from New York. So she's probably used to dealing with crazy people on the subway and places like that. Let's start there. She's probably used to, and how do you deal with those people? No sudden movements. Yeah. That's how you deal with crazy people. No sudden movements, you back up, you get the attention of police. That's how you do that. You get folks and then you act. You don't run up on, no, she might pull a knife out on you or pull a gun. This is the times we live in. Now, AOC, she nodded. To me, her nod was more of a, okay. It wasn't a, I agree. It wasn't, no, because she didn't say nothing. It was like a, okay. Like, that's how you calm people who are suicidal and EDPs down. Is okay, I'm with you. That's how you do that. But conservatives want to take it and run. And that just shows you how extreme conservatives have gotten in this country now. Because when I first saw that was the first thought I had was, what if she had a gun? But see, like I said, but right-wingers, they don't want to talk about that. I noticed that. Right-wingers, they don't ever want to talk about mentally ill people with guns, mass shootings. They don't really go into that. No, never. It's not discussed. Oh. But I mean, this came out like 5 days ago. They admitted that. And you have these conservatives still putting it out as though this is see, this kind of stuff, it further make me have no respect for Alex Jones and InfoWars as a whole, because this stuff's not true. And you still put it forward as though it is. That's illegitimate. Peace out.